Hello and welcome to another week of building Kamino. Last week we worked on a big old gunship, but now that's been nice and completed, we can now move back to our main hangar bay. Unfortunately I did have some technical malfunctions with the light box. Basically just the batteries ran out, so I had to take that out, and I'm still fiddling with that, but we're not going to focus on that this week. We're going to move over to this side and work on the actual hangar bay area itself. I do have a plan for a room going back here, so we're going to leave that section, but first we're going to work on this big side wall, so let's get into that.
Move it, troopers! On the double! Fire!
Okay, so the first thing I did today was put in that back wall just to generally establish how far back I'm going to have this, and then started working on my left side wall. As you can see, I used a bunch of these 1x3 bricks, light bluish grey, to back behind these 1x6x5 like cross girder bricks. Then on top of those put some slopes to like just make it a little bit stronger when I put the brick layer behind this. And I think this looks quite good. It makes it look nice and industrial, as I always say. But I think for something like Kamino, this works to just detail a wall. And I'll put more details in the little slits that go in between here, which I'm going to put in now. So it's been a little bit since I last filmed the last clip, but we're still going on. You can see on the left here that I've started to detail this side wall. I put in the big grey background, basically the grey backing onto that, you can't see that, onto these like pieces I showed before. And I've basically done some detailing up all the sides using some light bluish grey on top of the dark bluish grey just to make it show a little bit clearer. I like how this has turned out. It's quite simple detailing when you think about it. You can see all the pieces that I've used, but I think it, or in the end, comes out to a pretty nice effect. I don't know if I should put something in this wall here because it may look a little bit bland, but do let me know in the comments. Besides that, I haven't built this, but I've stolen it from Theed. Another one of these large Republic containers, which is basically just used to store things. I think that'll fit quite nicely in this mock because this like box or crate is in both levels or maps in Battlefront 2, therefore it makes sense to be in both mocks. But yeah, now we're gonna shift to the left and work a little bit. I took down this wall for a little bit, but I need to put it back up and put this wall together, so let's go to that. I've installed most of the back wall for the main hangar bay. I'm not entirely sure if I'm happy with how it looks. I used some pieces for some simple detailing in along the bottom, although I think it might need some more light bluish grey, just so it matches more similarly to this one, which is a good balance, whereas this one only is this section and this bit here. I quite like this detail that I put in, this like sort of big ring with these lightsaber blades and then those like 1x4 detailed bricks behind them. I'm pretty happy with how that looks, and the door still looks good. I think this area here though specifically may need something to it, and then something maybe in between each of these as well. The gap here from last episode I found was actually quite the perfect space to fit this big crate here, so I'm happy with how that looks in there. And then we've got a good space size in the middle. What I realized is that this space is significantly smaller than I thought it was going to be. For example, if I just take even a V-wing here, because my initial plan was to fit my Republic gunship in here, that's not happening. Even if I just use a ship as small as a V-wing, sorry, let's park it properly. It fills that much of the hangar bay, which is like almost half of the entire thing. And I think this space will be much better used to like more accurately recreate the scene of Colt's death, not Colt's, of Havoc's death in here. Like, there's a clone for scale. I think if I get like a couple of those lined up and then put some boxes or crates or something for them to defend behind, I think would be a much better use of the space. And then to fill the front with the droids. But besides that, I think we're looking pretty good. So, but we are running out of time, so there's one more thing I want to show you before we wrap up this week's episode. And that's this little guy. If you're wondering what on earth is that weird thing, this isn't actually directly taken from this arc as this section is shown. This is taken more from season 6 and the arc where Fives is escaping Kamino as part of the his death arc. Basically, he escapes in one of these little Kamino pods, and I thought those are interesting vehicles that I don't see built that often. So I thought I'm gonna try and put one together for my mock. Turns out building direct spheres is not simple, so I had to compromise a little bit, especially making spheres that are small. So I had to compromise a little bit and create this little thing here. I'm pretty happy with the outcome, I think. Obviously it won't fit any minifigures, like if you directly compare one to another, you can barely maybe fit one in. So I'm just going to use these more as background details. I'm not sure where I'm going to use them, if I'm going to have them in the main hangar bay. I like that I made them smaller because they do fit better with the rest of the thing, or if I'm going to like hook them up to the roof. I think hooking them up, like if I make like maybe like a bay sticking out here and maybe like insert that there, that's probably a good place to put one, or maybe even two side by side. If you think I should make another one of these, do let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you look at it compared to the pictures, it's not perfectly accurate. Like I tried to use certain pieces to create the right shapes, but it's not wonderful, but I'm okay with the outcome. So we're going to leave that in the mock there. But yeah, that's just about it for this week's episode, unfortunately, because I'm a little bit pushed for time. I've caught up on my backlog of Kamino episodes I'd already filmed. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this week's episode. I know we didn't get any like specific like recognizable scenes in, but I think we got some really important stuff for Kamino as a whole, especially with this side wall, which I think is safe to say is done up to this point at least, although there's more stuff to go on top of here. This back wall, as I said, let me know about more details and let me know if you think I should make more of those and where I should put those. One more thing is, that's looking quite plain at the minute, sorry about that, is the floor. Although I'm not sure if I'm just going to put tiles on these quite simply. I don't quite have room for a snot technique, so it's definitely going to be some form of tile. I was considering to perhaps, if I rip up this layer of plates and put in the new Lego City road plates, because that would tile over this area really quickly, and it is quite a sizable area to tile. Although that may make it look a little bit simplified, and I don't know if I want to keep doing that, because I don't want to fall into that pitfall. So let me know about that once again. And also I still need like this meant to be struts up here to like separate out the hangar door. But with that, that's just about this week's episode. So if you like this week's episode, like the video, that's what the like button's there for. Comment those things I just asked. And subscribe so you don't miss next week. Next week, speaking of it, we will be working directly behind here in this little section. Make it into the barracks and also recreate 99's death in there. I don't know if I'll have my 99 figure by next week, but it's going to be pretty good. And I might even live stream building some of that, although this will come out way before that live stream. That live stream is already finished, probably most likely. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And bye.